Mariners win 7-6 in extra inning. Not extra innings, extra inning. I had an editor correct me once on that I didn't like very much, if I'm being completely honest with you. But Mariners win in 10, 7-6. They improved to 84 and 77 on the season, and they've won the first two of the last three against the Oakland Athletics. Go over the scoring plays. Fourth inning, big dumper, homers to right, 1-0 Mariners. Also in the fourth inning, Josh Rojas singles to center to score J.P. Crawford and Luke Raley. It's 3-0 at the end of 4. Brent Rooker, who is just stupid good, homers to left center to score Max Schumann. 3-2 in the fifth. And then in the sixth, Tyler Soderstrom homers those runs off of Emerson Hancock, ties the game at 3-3. Luke Raley gives the Mariners a 4-3 lead in the seventh on a double that scores Julio Rodriguez. And then in the ninth, poor Colin Snyder gives up a home run, bad pitch right down the middle of the plate, but 2 runners are on to make it 6-4. The Mariners aren't done. The Mariners aren't done. Luke Raley homers to right center to score Julio Rodriguez off Mason Miller to make it 6-6. And in the bottom of the 10th, Justin Turner grounds into a fielder's choice to score Leo Rivas. 7-6, Mariners win. There's some negatives here. Number one, it means nothing. And it sucks that it means nothing. It sucks out loud that a win like this means nothing. Dang it. And it really sucks. I'll tell you this right now. I know you can't do the one game thing. There's so many games that the Mariners won that they probably shouldn't have, and there's lots of games vice versa. But if you think I'm not going to go back to game 65, if you think I'm not going to go back to that game, if Atlanta beats Kansas City tomorrow, you are off your rocker. Now, we'll talk about it if it happens and how you don't know what, you know. But if you think I'm not going to think about that game, you do not know Christopher Crawford. Not even a little bit. Mitch Haniger's just not very good. And it breaks my heart. I don't want to go too harsh into Mitch Haniger today. We'll do our player recap videos. I'm still deciding if I'm going to make those for Mile Y enthusiasts or if I'm going to make those for everyone or if I'm going to do a split of both. We'll see. And then, because I really want to reward those people who have been subscribing me, but I also want to report, to our paid subscribers to me, but I also want to reward you guys for watching all these videos too. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do a little bit of both. And, but yeah, Mitch Haniger's not very good. Like even that home run that Colin Snyder gives up, just watching him track that baseball, it's like watching. Did you guys ever have your dad play in the field during a baseball game because he didn't have enough players or something like that? It kind of looks like that. And Mitch Haniger is an infinitely better athlete than me and has had a very nice career. But it's just so hard to watch him track a baseball right now. Yikes. He wouldn't have caught it anyway. But he had a really rough game today. And so did Colin Snyder. That was a bummer. A chance to get that save with Andres Munoz unavailable. I would have really liked to have seen that. He gives up the hit, gives up a little blooper, and then leaves a pitch right down the middle of the plate. I still am unbelievably happy with the work Colin Snyder gave the Seattle Mariners. Every once in a while, I get a reminder that, this probably works better in the middle innings than the high leverage ones. Is that fair? Because he's certainly gotten the job done the overwhelming majority of the time. But every once in a while, there's a reminder that, this guy's not a shutdown reliever. He's a very good reliever, but he's not Andres Munoz. He's not Matt Brash. He's not a healthy? Wow. I'm not sure what that word is. He's not a healthy Gregory Santos. Good pitcher, but probably not the guy you want in that situation. And then just real quick, 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position is just awful. Just awful. But let's talk about some things that are not awful, and that includes simply Seattle. One more day, Mollywop 30, MOLLYWHOP 30 saves 30% off your order. You cannot get a better deal than that. Well, you can, but then you're asking Simply Seattle to go out of business, and you're asking me not to have any sponsorships, and that's very selfish of you. Yeah, Simply Seattle's the best, and we thank them so much for all that they do for us and for you guys. MOLLYWHOP 30, link in the description. Please check that out and take advantage of it. I thought Emerson Hancock, and I probably should have mentioned him in the negative section, was okay. You know, he gives up the 2 homers, gives up some loud contact. But 5 1/3 innings of 3-run baseball from your 5th starter is not bad. My dog just disagreed and snored very hard at that thought. It's not perfect. But I would not have an issue with Emerson Hancock being a member of the Seattle rotation. Not me personally. Now, would I prefer them to keep everything together and for them to do what they need to do to add to this lineup without trading your bullpen? Or excuse me, your starting rotation? You can definitely trade from the bullpen if you want. But and I'm not saying tear that apart either. But yeah, I would prefer that. But if you have to trade one of those big 4, or the big 5, excuse me, it's definitely a big 5 now. Big 5 Sporting Goods does not sponsor this show. If you have to trade one of those dudes, I feel okay with Emerson Hancock in my rotation. Yeah, he's probably just a 1.5 to 2 win player. You can win championships with that as your 5th starter. 100% can. Now, you're in better position with a bunch of guys who, at their best, are going to have 5+ win seasons or at least 3 win seasons. Sure. But you can win with Emerson Hancock. He pitched well enough to win today. Doesn't get the win. And I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying that 5 1/3 innings of 3-run baseball from your 5th starter ain't that bad. Nice job from Taylor Sassetto to get out of that inning. Nice job by Trent Thornton. He looked excellent to end the year. I'm not going to go too crazy. Because there's just so much inconsistency there. And a nice job by Austin Voth. 15 holds on the year is a lot. Very strong game by him. And nice job by Edward Bizardo, Eddie B. I just can't do names tonight. I'm really tired. I think you can tell. My hair is just awful today. You know, it's not like there's a lot of it, but like this was a hat day. I mean, I was just way too tired to go put on a hat. But nice job by him. Gets through that inning without giving up the run, and it gives you your chance to win. And they do just that. Top of the lineup, strong game. 2 for 5 from Victor, 2 for 5 from Julio. A huge hit from Julio in the 9th inning to get that tying run at the plate. And Luke Raley, man. So really your top 4 today were outstanding. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 extra base hits from them. You get 2, 4, 6, 7 hits from them. Only the 2 strikeouts, those from Big Dumper, they're going to happen. I thought the top of the lineup was really good today. And Jorge Polanco was okay too. Hitting a walk, you'll take it. Can't help but wonder if tomorrow's the last time we see Jorge Polanco in a Seattle Mariner uniform. But man, just in case I don't get to talk about it, and I know I'll talk about him in my recap video for his year, Victor Robles. What a signing. Sure, it ends up not meaning as much as we'd like because the Mariners are not going to the postseason. Every time I say that, by the way, it just kind of, yeah. But it's not Victor Robles' fault. It's not Victor Robles' fault. Such a good player. Such a good player. And congratulations on Big Dumper. 33 homers. He needs 2 tomorrow for a 100. Love to see him get it. Be curious to see if he's in the lineup, but I sure would put him in because it's your chance to get that 100 mark. Get that 100 mark. Nice job by Justin Turner as a pinch hitter, putting the ball in play. Nice job too by JP Crawford, moving Rivas over to second base. Or excuse me, to third base when he was on second base. I always forget that the zombie runner starts at second. But advances that runner over, a productive out. We'd prefer no outs. But if you're going to get an out, might as well get something done, right? And then Justin Turner puts the ball in play, gets the run. Mariners win. They've won a lot this year. They've just lost too much. By definition, they've lost too much. Tomorrow, final game. It sounds like it's Logan Gilbert going. Good for him to, this is a start that can get him some down ballot Cy Young votes because people are just going to look at the overall numbers. That's how most of these voters do it. I know of at least one voter who told me flat out that he just kind of ranks by Fangraphs. And then if things are close, he starts to use feel. But, improve those numbers against not a horrible Oakland lineup, but not a great one. They've looked really good since after those 2 losses to the Yankees. Since that Thursday game, they've looked really good. In fact, I would argue they've looked as good as they have since that run in June. But it's just not going to mean a dang thing. And that stinks. Last one tomorrow. Might be a little later one. I work 9 to 5. And that game will probably get done at 3-ish. By the way, love that everybody plays at the same time tomorrow. And I'll ask guys, root for the Diamondbacks tomorrow. I want Gino Suarez to get into the playoffs, man. I'd love to see Gino Suarez in the postseason. So root for him. Sorry, Mets. Sorry, Atlanta, everybody else. I want Gino in. So root for that. I wish I could say you could root for Gino being a Seattle Mariner going to the playoffs, but we can't. So let's just